before we dive into this circus, do me one solid. Smash that like button, subscribe, share this video, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Trust me, you'll want to sound off on this one. So, I'm scrolling the other day and stumble across this old clip. Yeah, it's 3 years old, but the timing? Too perfect, especially after what just went down this past Easter. What Tiffany says in that video hits different now. The irony? You couldn't script it better if you tried. Let's rewind to the early pandemic days. Zoom calls, bad lighting, people forgetting to mute. And there she is, Tiffany Henyard, who never met a camera she didn't like. She hops on screen with what she calls an urgent announcement for the village of Dolton. Greeny webcam, rigid posture, voice dripping with self-importance. She leans in, narrows her eyes, and declares, "Board of Trustees and residents, there is no trespassing at the old village hall." The way she hit trespassing, you'd think someone broke into the Pentagon. Tiffany doubles down, repeating the word like she's briefing a national security team instead of warning locals about a dusty municipal building. Then, plot twist. She claims she's been getting disturbing reports that someone's been sneaking into the old hall without clearance. Her tone? Pure drama. How did they even get the access code, she asks, squinting like she's in a spy movie. And just like that, it's not about safety anymore, it's about control. Tiffany was flexing power she barely understood. She wasn't done though. She goes full Judge Judy, warning that anyone caught entering would be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. She spoke like trespassing was a federal offense. For a second, you might have thought she was doing her job, until she dropped another bomb. Someone had supposedly seen a former village employee walking around the building in uniform, and Tiffany lost it. She accused him of impersonating a government employee. Her words, not mine. Like the man was out here running a covert op in a Dolton polo. Here's the kicker. She fired that same employee herself back in 2021, right after bulldozing her way into office. The man hadn't seen a village paycheck in years, but Tiffany couldn't stand that he still had the logo on his chest. You'd think he was running a shadow government out of a laundromat. Then came her grand decree. Once you've been fired, you no longer work for the village of Dolton. She said it like gospel. Case closed. Except fast forward to Easter 2025. Guess who's back at the village building acting like the mayor again? Yup, Tiffany herself. The same woman who banned trespassing, who called uniforms a crime, was right there front and center, handing out food, posing for cameras, playing mayor like nothing ever happened. Here's the catch. She's not the mayor, not the supervisor, not even a volunteer with clearance. And yet there she was, violating her own decree, live and in color. The hypocrisy doesn't whisper, it screams. Let's break it down. When anyone else wears village gear, it's a crime. When Tiffany does it, it's tradition. If a fired employee wears a hoodie, it's impersonation. But when Tiffany puts on a title she lost, it's leadership. Please, that's not leadership, that's cosplay. Dollar store super mayor cosplay. Back in that 2021 Zoom clip, Tiffany wasn't being professional, she was spiraling. Her control was slipping, her empire cracking, and she needed a target. So she went after former staff, spinning stories of trespassing and impersonation to stay in the spotlight. Now, years later, she's doing everything she once condemned, louder, bolder, and right on camera. Tiffany wrote the rules, then broke every single one of them in public with a smile. The ironies dancing, the hypocrisy shouting, and her ego? Oh, it's having a parade. So what is this? Petty drama, a full-blown power spiral, or something deeper brewing behind the scenes? Drop your thoughts below. Smash that like button if you caught the contradiction. Hit subscribe if you're new, and share this with your crew who remembers Tiffany's so-called glory days. Because, ma'am, you said once you're fired, you can't rock the merch. So let's make it official. You're fired. Not mayor, not supervisor, not even hall monitor. Yet here you are, parading through town like the self-appointed queen of Dolton. Now, quick detour, let's talk makeup. Girl, that foundation is loud, hazard sign loud, 8 coats of sunburn orange and peak July heat loud. It's not matte, it's meltdown. You're not glowing, you're melting. It's giving less public service, more drag brunch inside a toaster oven. And that wig, whew, allegedly $1,000? For what? That thing looks like it was crafted from packing tape, yarn, and broken promises. The color aimed for executive blonde, but landed somewhere between mop water and Miss Potential. That's not CEO energy, it's Pinterest fail with extra glue. If a cosmetology school was involved, someone owes you a refund. That lace front isn't blending, it's confessing. If you really dropped $1,000, you didn't buy a wig, you bought a warning label. But back to the point. Wig aside, foundation aside, you're not the mayor, you're not the supervisor, you don't even have a desk plaque. Yet there you are, handing out food like you're running payroll, snapping photos like it's campaign season, and showing up on Easter like it's your big comeback. Newsflash, that wasn't a return, it was a costume change. You're not running the village, you're running your mouth. And the wildest part? You made a whole spectacle over a fired employee wearing a Dolton hoodie like it was espionage. Girl, they were probably just picking up their last check, but you turned it into a federal case. The prophecy writes itself. June 7th, 2021, you had power. March 2024, gone. The one you tried to bury, thriving. Meanwhile, you're still clinging to old titles and a wig that should have retired 3 scandals ago. And now, talk of an ice rink named after your daughter. Baby, this isn't ancient Rome. You're not Caesar carving monuments. You're a retired mayor building monuments to embarrassment. The act is overdone. The foundation's too thick, the wig's too tragic, and the performance expired. But here's the real kicker. You could stop. You could actually stop rewriting scandals into fairy tales, stop pretending the power's still yours, because you're not running the show anymore, you're running out of time. All right, I'm done for real this time. Before I dip, smash that like button, hit subscribe for more, share this with your crew, and if you're feeling generous, hit that join button to support the channel. It keeps the tea hot and the shade sharper. Take care of yourselves, and Tiffany, for the culture, for the community, and for the wig, please take care of that. Bye-bye.